Breaking news, my country people. Guys, you would be shocked. The Senate leadership are offering senators at least $5,000 and other incentives to lobby the passage of Tinubu's controversial tax reform bill. My country people, such a bill does not need bribe for senators to pass into law if they actually want the growth and the development of Nigeria. Except there is something that they are not telling us concerning this bill. Now, amid the controversies being generated by Tinubu's tax reform bill, the Nigerian Senate leadership is presently reaching to members of the upper chamber with at least $5,000 in incentives to ensure the passage of these bills. Now, the Senate sources had informed news reporters that the leadership had reached out to each southern senator with the offer, while some selected northern senators would be captured in the plot to lobby the legislators. It was gathered that there is a presently growing fear that the legislators had been compromised in their decision to approve Tinubu's proposed tax reform bills, following the money being shared within the legislative chamber to sway votes. One of the sources noted that the Senate leadership is offering at least each senator from southern Nigeria $5,000 and also select senators from the north to lobby support for this bill. The southern Nigeria is represented by at least 51 senators, while the northern Nigeria has 58 senators in the chamber. And it was claimed that the Senate leadership from southern Nigeria is employing a divide and rule strategy, targeting a few northern senators with additional initiatives and welfare promises to secure their support. And for southern senators, the leadership is reportedly attempting to evoke regional solidarity and anti-northern sentiment while offering each senator $5,000 as an inducement to back the controversial bill. Last week, all of the 51 southern senators were approached with this offer. And it was reported days ago that members of the Senate from the South-South region of Nigeria had announced their support for the controversial tax reform bill presented by Tinubu. These lawmakers, who announced their support for the bill in a communique issued in Abuja, had also reaffirmed their strong backing for the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, who hails from Akwa Ibom State, one of the South-South states, and they had endorsed this bill. Whereas some lawmakers, some governors, some political leaders from the northern region, and certain groups from other parts of the country have raised, resistance against this bill, calling for its withdrawal. The South-South senators, passed the bill. They supported the bill, I beg your pardon. They stressed that their support of the bill is rooted in the shared commitment to increasing the national revenue and fostering economic growth. And, they also passed a vote of confidence in the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, where they affirmed their unwavering support to the Senate President and all of that. So they made their decision known. Meanwhile, the South-South senators, have reviewed their stand following a closed-door meeting. They said they still need to consult, that they believe that more extensive engagement with stakeholders was necessary. It was important. And they noted that it is important that these bills are fully considered by both chambers before they can finally pass this bill. But then, why are they trying to bribe their way with this bill? Are there some hidden clauses we don't know about? Because this kind of thing cannot be fully trusted. Hope is not like the more we look, the less we see situation. Because if this is true, then most likely this tax reform bill is not for the masses. It is not for the masses. Probably it is meant to only serve politicians. Because nothing that's genuinely for the masses 100% needs monetary, funding to get people to support it. If this tax reform bill is actually for the benefit of Nigeria as a whole, to make each state to be productive like they say and all of that, then there is no need to lobby senators, give them money or bribe them just to get their support for this bill. They will support it with all their might, except there is something they are not telling the masses, except there's something they are not telling Nigerians. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? It is kind of strange that they are lobbying with money in this kind of controversial bill. They are lobbying with money. It is very, very strange. Yes, we know that some persons are feeling quite skeptical, but it's becoming scary. Why the desperation to pass this bill so urgently? Is there something at the front that we don't know of? Because Nigerians, we tend to have trust issues. Yes, we do. But then, must everything be lobbied for in Nigeria? It is frustrating. It is quite frustrating. If they are lobbying for this bill to be passed, that means there is something they are not telling us. Except, I get to hear more, on the side of this story. We hope there is no hidden agenda in this tax reform bill. That is what Nigerians are really hoping for. That there are no hidden agenda at all. Because it would be terrible if there are hidden agendas and then we get to find out at the end of the day, after this bill has been passed. That means Nigerians might be in hot soup by then, because once the bill is passed, it would take quite a while for them to reverse the bill, because our constitution, I beg your pardon, is very rigid. It would be very, very hard and difficult. So the Southeast senators, they are taking their time. The Northern senators, they are still taking their time, although they are not fully convinced. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? Because this is very strange that we are hearing that the Senate leadership is offering some senators, some money just to get them to support this bill. Why must they give bribe? If it's for the good of Nigerians, then why are they lobbying? Can't they do anything good for this country without lobbying, without bribe? Or is there something they are not telling Nigerians? So guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.